Hey Knights, I'm Connor Engelhart with your nightly news sports update. The UCF women's golf team finished in 5th place at Hammock Beach this week at the American Athletic Conference Championship. The team shot 54 over on the week, 20 shots back of first place Houston. Junior Ashley Holder went into the final round as the co-leader. Holder shot even par on the front 9 and birdied 2 out of the first 3 holes on the back to take a 3-shot lead. She bogeyed 16 and finished the tournament at even par. But Frida Spang of East Carolina was still out on the course, and she birdied 3 out of her final 5 holes, including this putt on 18 for the win. Despite the second place finish, Holder will go to regionals as the number 1 ranked individual in the Baton Rouge region. The UCF men's basketball team beat Tulane 73-65 on senior night. The Knights were trailing by 11 midway through the first half, but freshman Taco Fall came to the rescue. Fall scored 13 points in the final 9 minutes of the first half, and senior Daquan Walker led all scorers with 20 points. The Knights are now locked into the 7th seed for the American Athletic Conference tournament next week. They will travel to UConn for the final home game of the regular season this Sunday. The UCF baseball team took on the number 1 ranked Florida Gators in a Sunshine State showdown. UCF jumped out to an early lead, but the Knights were able to tie it up in the 3rd inning. Despite a valiant effort, the Gators' high-powered offense was too much for the Knights. Florida racked up 14 hits and defeated the Knights 9-5. And in other local sporting news, Jason Day won the Arnold Palmer Invitational by shooting 17 under par. Day was trailing by 2 on hole 9 when he stuck his approach to within a foot. That birdie gave him some momentum going into the back 9. Day took a 1-shot lead over Kevin Chappell going into the last hole. He had to get up and down from the bunker to win his first tournament since September. UCF introduced its new head basketball coach today. The Knights will be led by Johnny Dawkins starting in the fall of 2016. Coach Dawkins gave his expectations for next season today in the CFE Arena. UCF Athletics Director Danny White was also in attendance. Dawkins will be UCF's 7th coach in the program's history.
He kicks it in, he crosses, it's low, Hicks is on it, no, Persalo with the strike and a 2-0 lead to the FTU Citronauts. But here's the 2-2 pitch, and Griffin hits that one deep out in left center field. It's tracking back, and it's over the wall. It's another grand slam for Austin Griffin as the Knights take a 7-4 lead here in the bottom of the 5th. Vera still going forward, finds Adamek. Adamek pushing. She's beating Levasseur. Here's the cross in from Adamek. It's Rodriguez is there. Rodriguez puts it in the back of the net. 2-0 UCF. Great ball in by Adamek. Receiving the pass was Carol Rodriguez for her 2nd goal of the night, and UCF leads 2-0.
Eventually, Rory is going to win a Masters. I think that's guaranteed. He has the game for it. It's the mindset, literally, with every single golfer. It's Augusta National. It's the first major of the year. It's the most esteemed tournament out of all of them. And Rory just needs to get past that hurdle because he was in that final grouping on Saturday with Jordan Spieth. But I just think the pressure got to him, and he shot 5 over on Saturday and put himself out of contention. And I can see easily any of these teams winning it. Now, I know everybody is saying that Real Madrid got the luck of the draw because City have never really done well in the Champions League. But the way City have been playing now that Kevin De Bruyne's back, it's been outstanding. Aguero gets the hat trick on the weekend against Chelsea. You know, it was 10 men, but still, in the first half, they looked excellent. The MLS season kicks off this weekend, and Orlando City takes on Real Salt Lake this Sunday. Nightly News went to the Lions practice this week to see how former Knight Haji Berry is adjusting to life in professional soccer. Haji Berry was drafted 13th overall by Orlando City in the MLS Super Draft this year. Berry scored 2 goals this preseason, and he feels like he is in great form heading into the start of the season.
I think I've been doing good. I've been doing good so far. You know, the coaching side have been guiding me a lot, you know, to be better every day. And scoring goals is always going to give me confidence going into the season.
Berry scored 11 goals for UCF in the fall. Orlando City head coach Adrian Heath says Berry's goal-scoring ability is one of the reasons the Lions drafted him.
He has great individual talent. Athletically, he's very, very good. But there's certain aspects of his game that he needs to brush up on, and you know, we knew that when we took him.
Berry says being around players like Kaká, Breck Shea, and Kyle Larin is motivating him to play at a higher level. Even though this is his first season, he has high expectations for the club.
To make the playoff, you know, that's the number 1 goal. Once we get there, the next thing is to win the MLS Cup. You know, we're taking it day by day, game by game, you know, so we're looking forward to the season.
Berry says it would be a dream come true if he makes his debut on Sunday. Orlando City finished off last season with 5 wins in their last 6 games, but it still wasn't enough as City missed out on the playoffs and finished in 7th place in the Eastern Conference. Here at J. Bergman Field, the Knights are back out on the diamond. The team has 15 new players this season, and head coach Terry Rooney says the new additions will get their opportunities on the field.
Whether you're coming from high school to a 4-year or you're coming from junior college to a 4-year, it is a difference, it is a change, but these guys, everybody, even the returning players, done a terrific job.
Two of those returning players are Matt Diorio and Logan Heiser. They are the only returning offensive starters. Last season, Diorio batted .308 with 29 RBIs and 5 home runs. He says Coach Rooney wants him and the other returning players to step up and become the leaders in the dugout.
He kind of left it up to us to kind of lead these new guys and kind of teach them the foundation and kind of what we're about here at UCF.
Coach Rooney says he will need the experienced players like Diorio and Heiser to step up at the plate.
Both of them are middle of the lineup bats, and I've got as much confidence in those two guys offensively as anybody in our team.
The team was ranked as high as 6th in the nation last year, but lost 23 out of their last 35 games. Coach Rooney says the team needs to focus on one game at a time.
We need to finish. We need to finish games, we need to finish series, and we need to finish the season on a stronger note.
Coach Rooney says the goal is to win the conference and make the NCAA tournament.
I'm kind of like a big question mark.
Doctors told Catherine Torres that she would not have the ability to use her legs when she was only 5 years old. The doctors still to this day don't know why or how it happened. Torres says being in a wheelchair affects her daily routine and sometimes even the way people treat her.
I don't like when people talk down at me, like if I'm a little child. I'm an adult, so you can talk to me like an adult.
Torres works for the Rec and Wellness Center at UCF. She helps Sport Club coordinator Andrea Sneed put together the Inclusive Recreation Expo. Sneed says the Inclusive Rec Expo allows students of all abilities, even if they don't have a disability, the chance to play adaptive sports.
It's very personal to me because ever since I got here, I saw students that really may not have felt connected.
Torres says some students find wheelchair basketball difficult because they are using more upper body strength. She hopes this experience will be an eye-opening opportunity for those students without physical disabilities.
So it's kind of like allowing them to come into my shoes for just 20 minutes.
Just a few minutes will help them relate to students like Torres, but to Sneed, it's more than that.
Having students like Catherine Torres and Philip Wickman coming around the gym, puts a special. They have a special place in my heart.
Torres hopes to help make adaptive recreation its own program here at UCF. Reporting from Orlando, Connor Engelhart, UCF Nightly News.